Ethiopia, drones will soon be used to execute humanitarian projects, agricultural development, as well as tackle the scourge of tsetse flies. A new project by the World Food Program is taking shape, and stakeholders are receiving training to equip them with drone flying data interpretation knowledge. CGTN's Girum Chala has more on this story.
This is one of the latest technologically equipped drones out there. And these 38 trainees who came from 11 organizations from across Ethiopia are taking basic training such as flying these drones, data interpretation and mapping. It is the World Food Program which is behind this project, with a vision to transform works of disaster prevention and management, as well as facilitate works of development.
These drones have sensors that can collect a lot of information about topography, about the soils, about the greenness of the vegetation, and that information can be used for development purposes to understand the impact of drought, to understand the levels of the terrain, and that information can be useful for various government agencies such as the Disaster Risk Management Commission or the Ministry of Agriculture when they plan their activities on the ground.
This is already assumed to be a potential game changer and might transform works of pest control, planning irrigation schemes, and assessing droughts and flooding. Trainees who came from organizations including the Ministry of Agriculture as well as the National Disaster Risk Management Commission say the drone technology is promising and will definitely help to do their respective works effectively and with a minimum cost.
Okay. All right.
85% of Ethiopians depend on agriculture. And unfortunately, the way we do our agricultural works is very primitive. We expect to introduce tractors to farmers in the long run. So for now, what we have to do is save the oxen from the scourge of tsetse flies. And this new technology of drones is definitely the answer for progress.
This drone technology is a special benefit for the National Disaster Risk Management Commission. It will enable us to predict and manage some of the natural disasters in Ethiopia.
One of the lead trainers of the drone technology says these trainees have potentials of making the plan of using drones for humanitarian and development purposes a reality.
So far, the training has gone very well. We've conducted this training module all around the world in 4 different continents now. There's a wide variety of technical background that people have had. So some students are very familiar with the technology because their entities might already be using it or they might have a personal interest. Whereas some people, this might be the first time that they've actually flown a drone. So the training that we're conducting is really going all the way back to basics, focusing on flight control, safety, going through checklists and being able to take off and then maneuver through obstacles, all the way into using more advanced applications that can run off of your phone to be able to conduct more complex mapping missions that can be created or can be turned into 3D models or 2D maps. The students have been progressing very well.
What are the changes in the environment? The drone-based humanitarian and development project is expected to go operational in a few weeks' time. WFP has already got the support of different government agencies to see the fast implementation of its schemes.
Is with connectivity.
The owners of this project, the World Food Program, over time and after assessing the positive impacts of the project, would like the Ethiopian government to start using these drones to be used in other activities. Already, African states of Mozambique and Madagascar have used the drones to manage recent natural disasters. The hope is Ethiopia too will follow the same example to use technology in all other areas soon. Girum Chala, CGTN, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.